Yes?
Hi, I have some bad news.
We lost your mom.
What?
Sorry, that was terrible phrasing. I meant we don't know where she is.
Now, sometimes a movie just comes out and is just pure fun. You don't need to be too technical or too analytic. Just watch, enjoy, great story and great fun. And we've got a movie like that to review here today. As always, I'm your host, Patrick. I'm here today with Bola.
Hi guys!
And we are reviewing
The Quiz Lady. Anne and her estranged sister Jenny must work together to cover their mother's gambling debts. They set across the country on a wild country trek to get the cash. Ladies and gentlemen, let's review this movie.
I think your sister's here.
Annie, it's finally happened. Oh my God, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here. We're orphans. Oh my God, you're orphan Annie. Oh
She's
my
not
God.
dead. She ran away. Tough bitch.
I think that this movie is centered mostly on the characters. So the cinematography is not really a lot to work. They didn't really have to do much. There's not a lot to manipulate or a lot to do. It's just a standard comic movie. We just follow the characters and all that. Well, they did show us the countryside and where Jenny is coming from, where Anne is coming from. A few quick shots, long shots, close-ups and all that. Pretty standard if you ask me. The edit was not much to do. Just put together scenes that are very integral to the story and really nice. And the scores were really good.
Absolutely.
Loved the music.
I was about to go there.
They were good. The music was top notch. Like it was there. You know when you needed banging music, they were there. When you needed something just slow and sudden, they were there. So loved it. Loved it across the.
So, cinematography, edits here, I've got to talk about the scores. The scores did a big thing for me here because you're doing a comedy. So the pacing has to be fast. It has to be tip for tap. It's got to be very, very like fast paced. And I love how they do that, especially with the music and the scores in this movie. I really enjoyed it because sometimes actors can give it their best shot, but the cinematography and edits, if they don't work, they don't work. And they ruined the entire job. But this was really, really good. It enhanced the performance and just made it very, very enjoyable for me as the audience. So cinematography, edit, it gets a big plus for me.
And yum. Your mom owes me 80 grand. When you have it, you'll get your dog back.
I don't have any money.
You could sell your eggs. I mean, it's not like you're using them.
No, there has to be another way.
I'm sorry, this movie, I enjoyed it, I've just got to say. And Annie and Jenny's performance was big for me because it kept the laugh flowing. Look, I'm not an easy guy to make laugh. Like, you've got to be really, really good at the comedy to get a laugh out of me. And these ladies were killing it. So Annie and Jenny, really good standout performance for me. I feel like their chemistry was off the charts, amazing.
I know Jenny's character. Jenny was played by Sandra Oh and Annie was played by Aquafina.
Yes.
And you know, they are so far apart. I know that they are both Asian, but they are so far apart. I mean, you've seen Sandra Oh in Killing Eve, Grey's Anatomy, and she plays like very serious characters.
Yes.
Like very, very. I mean, Aquafina plays like comedy characters, but Sandra Oh has always played this uptight, this woman that has her stuff together, this very serious woman. She's like very well put together when you think about it. So when she was to play Anne's older sister, I was like, can she carry it? And it seemed like they switched, like their typecast. Because Sandra Oh would typically have played Annie, the serious, very put together person, and they seemed like they switched it. And you would wonder when you hear about the cast, like, how is it going to work out? And I loved it. They brought it. You know, when you say an actor a very, very good actor, this is what you're talking about. They played their role to perfection.
Nah, it looked like they were having fun.
Like they were very,
just
very
doing
good.
that.
Like if you know these actors and you follow their careers, you would be very, very pleasantly surprised. Like you would love it. And when it comes to standout scenes, like the first scenes off the bat, you would be like, oh my God, what is happening? You would pay serious attention. Like from the scene where the attendant at the nursing home had to call Anne and say, oh, we've lost your mother.
Yes.
Like,
that was funny.
What does that mean?
Like that was funny.
What do you mean you lost my?
That was funny when Jenny comes in with a completely different interpretation
oh my God.
of what's going on.
Jenny's arrival was
like
comedy.
she just Jenny.
From the
Jenny
door
is the type of
to,
character
like,
that I would
everything
love
was-
to watch in a movie,
No. Jenny's
but
character-
never ever love to
Jenny's
be around
character
as an
was-
actual
was-
person.
was crazy because from the door to like getting in and saying, oh my God, she even found the joke in the situation. Like, you think your mother has died and you're still telling your sister that, oh my God, you're orphan Annie. Like, how did your mind go there? Your mom is dead. Like, are you know?
It's like I said,
Your
Jenny is a completely enjoyable character to watch, but a terrible type of character to be around. Very, very similar to Bolawa, but let's not go there right now. The performance, the performance was
nothing like that.
the
Not a single thing like that.
wow, the performance was really, really good. It
The
was great to watch.
performance was
The
amazing.
scenes, one of the favorite scenes for me, because again, I told you these ladies were getting me laughing, and one of the scenes I liked a lot was when Anne asked Jenny if she had cocaine in her bag, and just Jenny's reaction, because Anne asked that question loud enough for other people to hear and pay
were in
attention,
public.
and the way Jenny like tries to cover up was, oh no, it was just super good. But also, I'm a heartfelt type of guy. I love my sweet endings and my sweet, nice coming together type of stuff. I feel like the scene where Anne and Jenny finished the game together, that was warm and
Oh my
touching.
God.
That was super
Oh my
cute
God.
and cool.
What is the square root of 196?
14.
Correct. How many hearts does an octopus have?
3.
Correct.
What? Saffron, Saturn, Aphrodite, Apollo, Aries, carbon dioxide, the equal sign.
Correct.
I think Pros in this story is a very, very unusual story. It's one of those stories, I think it's a true life story actually. It's one of those stories that you don't see often, it's not overplayed, it's really good. And the direction at which they took it was really, really nice. The acting was really great. Plot progression was great. Character development was so coherent. You can see how the characters were developing from the point where Anne was this person that just wants her sister to just live her life. Her mom, she just wants to be left alone, to the point where she's asking her sister to come on stage with her to play the game. Like, you can see how they grew. And you can see Jenny that only seemingly cared for herself, and you can see how she grew to be this person that she wanted her sister. She cared. You really see where, Jenny is actually a very deep person. She really cares about her sister. She's this older sister that you can only wish for. She's always going to look out for you and all that. And the plot progression was really good. Character development, amazing. Scores, really, like, everything just really came together. I loved it.
Yeah, there's definitely a whole lot of pros here. First of all, I need to go back to the acting performance between Jenny and Annie here. Really, really good. Gets me in my giggles, fam. And then the story as well, yes, you mentioned, look, I don't know, but when I was like younger, we used to have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It was hosted by Frank back in the day. It was a super fun show to watch. I never went on, but I know the vibe of like sitting, just in your house watching the show, and they ask questions and you can answer it. And that Annie really just drew me back to those days. I felt that a lot. So yeah, it was really cool. Shout out to Will Ferrell. Really good performance as well. So yeah, overall, there's just so many pros. I loved this movie. The only thing I would say for the cons is, you mentioned character progression, and while I understand that happened a lot within the sample size story that we're seeing, I don't even know if this is that much of a con. It's just, I was thirsting for a bit of a backstory to understand how we got to where we are. Why has Jenny been estranged, and why were they not tight as sisters? And their mom was a gambling addict. So how did that happen? I just wanted to get a bit of flavor of, what, okay, really, that's just, so equals gambling addict.
Yeah,
straight.
she found an escape.
Did this come up in the movie, or you explained it? Anyway,
I
the
feel
point is, their dynamic was so enjoyable to watch that it just made me curious about why they have, like, how did we get to the point that we are? And I was thirsting for a bit of a backstory. But apart from that,
I think my cons is that the game show itself, like you mentioned, Who Wants to Be a Billionaire, we look at this game show, we know these game shows, and we know that it's unrealistic for you to last minute, you want a service dog, you want your sister to come on board.
That's a bit.
Like, it's unrealistic that
Who's going to let you do that?
Like, nobody's going to let you do that. Let's be realistic. Like, there is no happy ending in that scenario. If you're not tough, survival of the fittest. That is the game. If you cannot survive that scenario, you have to go. Like, yeah. I think that's it. And I just felt like they were doing like a bit too much. I know it's everybody needs an happy ending, but they were doing too much to allow the happy ending to actually happen.
Oh my God!
What? You know this game.
This is how you're gonna make the money.
I'm taking you to the quiz! Look out!
Learn how to drive!
Racist!
Oh.
Hi.
You should definitely see this movie. This is a very good movie, and you should see it.
It's a good movie. Watch the movie. What else needs to be
You need
said?
to enjoy yourself. You're like, I promise you're going to have a good experience.
Yes, have friends over, have drinks.
Yeah.
Fun movie.
Win or lose, we'll do it together. That is definitely broken. I bet you I could pop it back in myself. No, I can't. Wait. I'm going to throw up.
How can I ever thank you? Maybe like a drink later?
Well, I'm married. And gay.
Why'd you have to say 2 reasons?